We are back, episode 181 of Journey to a Million here on this Tuesday night. Myself, Drew Skyberg here, back with the usuals, Zack Rausch and Jared Valleskey. If you joined us on New Year's Day or watched after, you may have noticed we had Zack and Jared's doppelgangers, Alex and Bernie, join us on the show. So it was quite the time. We debated the whole Drake May, Matthew Stafford, as well as some of the other awards, including somehow in some way Tyler Shuck was a close favorite for offensive rookie of the year. Hopefully now that after week 18 has subsided that is over. But if you want to go back, give that a listen. A lot of good award debates on that. But hey, tonight we got.
Hold on.
Right?
I did not listen. Why should he not be close?
Tyler Shuck with 8 starts should be close for offensive rookie of the year for a guy who played a full season with 1,000 yards.
Who?
Ted McMillan.
Okay. I don't know. His season wasn't that good, but okay.
All right.
Cool.
Anyways, if Zack was there, if Zack showed up, he would have been able to debate that out, but he didn't.
Oh,
so
he sent me a reminder text 2 hours after it was supposed to start.
Hey, well, happens. He had the invite. So
is Tyler Shuck, is he second or like for
no more, Jared, because the betting odds realized that was nonsense. Now it's Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
But Tet's minus 1,500. It's not even close now.
Yeah.
So Dart's plus 900. Shuck is plus 2,000.
Shuck he's third, you said, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of the piece here. But today, hey, we'll discuss some award stuff. But overall, right, we want to talk about the fallout from Black Monday. Talk about the playoffs. Right now, we have a playoff bracket to discuss. Last week, we were trying to speculate what the seeds are. Well, we got them. And then we'll kind of also just talk about some aftermath here, initial offseason reads, as well as a nice game we got. Zack developing some scoring that's going to be very confusing for all of us, but that's the joy of it. So,
hey,
Zack's games are always confusing.
Yeah,
I did not create this.
Always.
Well,
this
so Jared,
work pool.
Jared, what's on your mind? What are we talking about? What do we say?
I don't know. I'm just curious about your guys' contenders and pretenders lists. That's all. I mean, it wasn't even yours. It was Jack's that you sent. And that rule that you can't move when someone back up after you move them out is stupid because, like, you're telling me the Packers are contenders and the Niners, the who else was down there? I think the Seahawks were there.
Hold on. I said
there
the Packers should not be.
The Patriots weren't contenders. Like,
nope.
How is that okay? But then you have the Packers up top. You said he can move them down at any time, and he still chose not to, which means he still thinks they're contenders.
They should not be.
Okay, so what makes the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the 49ers worse than the Broncos? Focus on the
trash.
Focus on the Patriots. What makes the Patriots worse than the Broncos?
Just they don't have as much talent like on their roster. And you have a rookie quarterback. Your weapons are mediocre at best.
I mean, they have looked like the most dominant team all year. And that's
correct. But it's also like the schedule thing is but like
you go back to the point that
the 4 hardest games.
You go back to the point though, Zach, you go back to the point of like, okay, the Bills played the Dolphins and they lost by 17. They played the Falcons and they lost by 10.
Yeah.
The Patriots have beaten these terrible teams by 40. They're not playing they're not beating the Jets by 2, by 3.
And we saw what happened there. I mean,
well, the Colts got injured and they just didn't ever have a great team.
2 games before Jones got hurt.
They lost. They were 8-3 8-4 when he got hurt.
When you've never seen a team play consistently against the top teams and compete, and then all of a sudden they have a great season against bad teams, when they go in the playoffs, it's like they haven't been tested like that at all, right? They had 1 game against the Bills. Like that was their 1 win against a good team. It's against the Bills. And now they have to go and win 4 of those games in a row to win the Super Bowl. It's just like they don't have like the experience winning those games, and their roster it's not like it's a loaded roster, right? Their offense is Sure, their run game is solid. Drake May is good, but their weapons, you have a 33-year-old Stephon Diggs.
He's been great this year.
At
He's been
times.
fine. He's not a number one receiver
Rudy's
anymore at
been
this
good.
point in his career.
Hey,
It's like a bunch of like kind of
Hunter
wide
Henry's
receiver
been
twos,
good enough.
right? But also,
I mean,
like the defense
run
doesn't
game.
have a top like pass rusher either, right? I mean, they have Christian Gonzalez, right?
Gonzalez is a stud. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, but it's
they have
the
good
overall
defense.
talent.
It's
Like
not.
they're not the most talented roster. They're
But the
young
thing is,
roster.
like they held the Bills
They
to
haven't
0
been
points in the first
tested.
half. Like I'm
They
saying,
what?
they can hold teams to. They held the Bills to 0 in the first half. Sure, they gave it up in the second half, but like they have the ability to stop these lethal
Sure.
offenses.
They've shown
But they have to
flashes
do it
of
for
some
4
consistency.
games.
Yeah.
They have to do it for 4 games in a row. That's the huge thing. Can they win a
But
game?
what
or
makes
two?
you think
Sure.
that they can't, but like the Bills can? Because the Bills haven't the last like 4 years. They haven't been able to. So why are you so confident
They've won
that they
2
are this year?
games. They've won 2 games. They've competed with the top teams year in and year out. They have Josh Allen. That's another huge thing, right?
Yeah, but he's
He's
never
been
gotten
there.
to the
He's
Super
played
Bowl after
how
like
many of these
3-4
games?
years of.
All right,
But
I got
that's where I disagree with you.
Those games.
That's where I disagree with you. Is like, just because Rodgers has played in these games does not mean he's going to win 4 games in a row. That defense is great. They have enough weapons with DK and their run game with Warren and Gainwell. They have Rodgers. That's a great, Hall of Fame quarterback, top 3 defense in the league. Just because they have Rodgers doesn't mean that they're going to beat anyone. Just because the Bills have Josh Allen, he doesn't play defense. They give up 40 points a game. He doesn't control
what I'm
that.
saying though is like you look at the 2 teams. Josh Allen is better than Drake May, right? I don't think anybody can debate that.
Yeah.
So
It's closer than you'd think, but yeah, definitely.
What?
It's closer than you'd think, but yeah, Josh Allen's way better. Like, I mean, Drake May is possibly an MVP this year, but yeah.
Okay, but anyways, so he's like probably the best quarterback in the league over the last 3 years, right? He's like he didn't have the best season this year, but we can agree he's probably the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So even though like the roster is a little bit worse, they have the experience. They've played games. They've played the good teams. They played
with who? Who has the experience besides Josh Allen?
Their O-line. James Cook has been there 4 years now. Their head coach has been there how many years? Most of their roster has been in the playoffs.
Joey Bosa. I mean, like they have a lot of great names.
They're a veteran team. They've played these games before. Like
you act
their
like
most
you
important
have
position has played these games before numerous times.
You act like you start the game with like 14 points because you have experience. You still play the same game against the same team. I understand they've been there before, so they sure, but the Commanders made it to the championship game last year. They haven't been there before. Like things like that's just it makes a difference, sure, but it's not the deciding factor.
They got smoked. The Commanders are a perfect example, right? They were not a contender last year because sure they made it there. They didn't have like Jane Daniels needed another year. It's the reason you never
Didn't you think the Buccaneers were contenders last year?
What?
Didn't you think the Buccaneers were contenders last year?
I'm confused what that has to do with this.
Because the Commanders will beat the Buccaneers, and you thought the Buccaneers were contenders. So if they beat a contender in the playoffs, that makes them.
We're talking about making Super Bowl.
No, it doesn't.
Which Josh Allen has never
done. How this
works.
works.
Continue. Yep.
I'm saying there's a reason you never see first year starting quarterbacks, right? Like obviously Drake may start a little bit last year, but he started last 8 games, 7 games, whatever it was. There's a reason you don't see those quarterbacks first time they make the playoffs go win the Super Bowl, because you have to play 4 games against great teams that eventually it's just you run into situations where you make one situational error, you lose the game from it, right? You look at Washington, obviously they beat Detroit, great win, and they beat was it Tampa Bay?
It was Tampa. That's right.
And then they play Philly and get smoked. Like it wasn't even close. So, like I didn't say they're a contender going in the last year, right? That doesn't mean they can't win a playoff game or two, but they're just don't have the pieces and the experience in place to win 4 games, which is what you need to do to win a Super Bowl.
So you
I got
think,
some.
like you're saying, sorry. So you're saying that teams like the Patriots, like they have no chance of winning it this year because they haven't been in the playoffs before. Drake May hasn't been in the playoffs, so he has no chance. Is that what you're
I don't
saying?
think they have. I don't think they're going to win it. I mean, obviously, any team in the playoffs has a mathematical chance, but realistically, I'm going to say no. I would be shocked if
Well,
it
that
happened.
was my point that I said to Drew, is that the top 10 teams you said are the only teams that mathematically have a chance. That was like your argument.
It's like we're saying realistically, like
That
obviously,
was never, because
if
I
you're in the
questioned you on it
NFL
so
week
many
one, you
times. And I
have a
said,
chance, but it's like nobody was saying the Jets are winning the Super Bowl. You know, it's like they had a chance, but realistically, they weren't.
Well, okay, I've been biting my tongue on the stat, guys. It's just so good. It's a Patriots schedule stat. So guess how easy since 1970.
I think it
Guess
was like the
how
second easiest or something. Yeah.
not since 1970. In the last 25 years, it's the second easiest, Jared. I'm going back to 1970.
Is it third, fourth?
No.
Fifth easiest.
No, it's 10th. It's 10th. Maybe I should have just stuck with the other stat. But point is, over the rich history of the NFL, this is the 10th easiest schedule teams played.
Yeah.
So
they have looked so dominant. I don't care, all year, every single game.
Sure. This
Very
is the
consistent.
exact same thing you were saying about the Colts when they were 7-1.
No, because they did it
Like,
for 8
they're
games.
pulling out
The
all
Patriots have
these
done it for
teams. They're
17.
playing phenomenal.
And then we point
Then
out
they
the
start
Jags
playing
were going to
good
make a
teams
run.
and they lost.
Hold on.
There's legitimate concerns about teams that play very easy schedules, especially when you do that and have no experience going into the playoffs. It's the
Not a
same
good
thing
combo.
when CJ Stroud and the Texans made it. It was his rookie year, right? Yeah, he was playing great, but realistically, they were not winning a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, see, I don't know, because they've played a really easy schedule and they've beaten a lot of bad teams. I mean, you're ignoring the fact that they did. I mean, they beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they beat the Ravens, and they beat the Bills, which are 3 pretty solid teams. Joe Burrow, when he's healthy, that team is good. That's still good wins. You're just ignoring their good wins because they've played a lot of bad teams. Sure, like I'm not going to credit them for beating all these bad teams, even if they win by 30 or so.
Well,
they're bad teams. They should win.
They didn't just stumble
Like they've
upon a
done it against
14-3
good
record.
teams too.
Yeah, I get that, Jared.
Their
They
first
have not
week,
just
they lost to the Raiders week 1.
Raiders. That's one of their 3 losses.
Yeah, they've
Also,
had 2
Jared,
losses
are you saying
since
beat
then.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals?
Hmm?
Are you saying the Patriots beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals? Because Joe Burrow didn't play that game.
Did he not play that game?
No, Joe Flacco played that game.
Joe Burrow,
he's
Joe
good,
Flacco.
he's good. Yeah.
They're both Joe.
Joe played. Yeah, Joe played that game. So they beat Joe.
Well,
yeah.
Look, I'm having a really hard time, guys, choosing AFC. I think this kind of goes probably well into our game. Is kind of we're talking right now about some of the teams from a seed perspective who look like they should be the juggernauts in the AFC. This is the weird thing about the playoffs this year. And Zach's gonna agree with what I'm about to say. Jared probably won't. But those top seeds, those top 2 seeds in both the AFC and the NFC, I don't see winning the Super Bowl.
I already know what you guys are going to say for your Super Bowl matchup. I already know. It's going to be Bills Eagles. I know because that's
I have
the
Bills Rams, Jared. So
experience Stafford, yeah. And the Rams are probably beating the Eagles in the championship, aren't they?
I don't. Okay, this may sound counterintuitive.
Like it's so just boring. It's such a boring take.
I don't think the Bills are winning the AFC.
Okay, that's fine.
So I think out of the AFC, it is going to be somebody that's not that doesn't have the experience. But I also think the NFC is winning the Super Bowl. You look at the AFC, it's Josh Allen is the only. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers, but we all know the Steelers are not a good football team. So he really is the only quarterback that has that experience. But I think the rest of the roster is.
Zach, how many good football teams are there in the league? How many good teams are there?
Well,
not contenders, but how many good teams?
I'm saying if you look at this list of 14 teams, I'm saying Steelers are probably 13 or 14. I'm saying
sure they went 10-7. They made the playoffs.
Okay, we're ranking them.
I know what you're saying.
In relation to the playoff teams, they're not a good football team.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Not obviously they made the playoffs or whatever, but
we should probably start kind of doing this if I'm understanding this right, Zach, and then for the listeners if you're listening,
how it goes is you rank the teams 1 through 14, right? And each week, if that team wins, you get the points of the ranking. So if if you have the Chargers ranked 6th and they win, you get 6 points. So
You don't want points then, or what?
you do want points. See, whatever team you rank number 1 is a team that you think is going to lose week 1. Or
Okay.
Can we do it the other way, Zach, for the sake of this ranking? Can we say you don't want points?
No, because I want to use this ranking for my work pool.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
So put the Panthers
All right,
at 1.
cool.
You're saying.
So we're putting Panthers at 1. So it's a little inverted list. So if you're listening, we have it ranked 1 through 14 with the 14 playoff teams, and we can walk through those here. But obviously, right, Panthers are going to be our 1.
10.5 point underdogs at home.
It's crazy. Also, like the 1 seeds, the Broncos and Seahawks, like they can't get points in week 1. So that I feel like factors into it too.
So Panthers are crossed off.
Are we just
now.
gonna go Steelers? I mean,
I kind of like the Steelers. I don't hate the Steelers in the wild card matchup against.
I think they could win that game.
They're 3-point underdogs
at
at home.
Chance.
Kind of with Jared.
I think we should Steelers are too.
And it's Rodgers against CJ Stroud. I don't know. I'll take Rodgers there, but that defense for the Texans.
They got to put up points. Really that's the issue.
Yeah, DK's back.
Yeah,
DK. I mean, that defense is still good.
The offense
offense doesn't score more than 20 points a game.
Yeah. Did you see some of the throws Rodgers was making, some of those seam routes, or how he was saying Freiermuth and Stride? Like, I mean, that was.
Yeah, the team isn't that good, but I mean, Rodgers in the playoffs, I have a tough time thinking he's going to lose his last game of his career, first round of the playoffs. I don't know. I feel like
the Steelers are like the Walmart version of the Seahawks.
I think. I don't know.
I disagree with that. I don't see the comparison.
What? They have to win based on their defense. Their offense is a quarterback that's fine, but he's not going to, at this point, isn't going to like carry your offense on his back.
Rodgers is not going to get it done. Only is, okay.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, weapons-wise, their run game is what they rely on, which is like they don't have a huge star running back, and they have realistically like one huge weapon in the passing game.
Well, who would you put here then? I mean,
who else would be put there?
I mean, do we like the Niners? I mean, I don't really like the Niners to win. I think the Eagles are going to win, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I think Steelers.
I mean, I think the safe bet is the Steelers, but I don't want to put the Texans too far down this list.
I'm with Jared on that.
I'd be okay with putting them here, honestly. Like
what if we immunization there?
One of them is winning week 1.
So we're
understood, Zach, but we'd rather have a team down the road than.
Listen, we put the Texans at like 6 and the Steelers win, we get 2 points. If we put them at 3 and the Texans win, we still get 3 points. Like we're still getting, it's close. It's either gambling and putting them further apart or guaranteeing we get like a few points and putting them close.
I mean, I feel like the first 6 have to be who you think's losing week 1.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like it has to be.
Well, I mean, the next. So, okay, I guess we're picking head-to-heads then. So I'll remove.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's like if you put like the team that they're playing against, like the guaranteed the most points you're getting is 3, and out of another matchup, you're guaranteed to lose at least 4. Right? Like
okay.
Yeah, but then aren't we just choosing who's going to win? And then if, we're just choosing favorites, and then, if anything goes wrong, it's like, all right, well, no points there.
I don't know. So you're saying you think that because Houston, you don't think has a chance to win 2 games, that they should be 3? Because at most they're winning 1 game?
Is this for the whole playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I would not put the Texans anywhere past like 4, honestly.
Well, who are they going to end up playing?
So let's think about it. They're going to
Bills or Jaguars, probably.
Well, no, right? They reseed Jared.
No, it'd be the Broncos.
They might play the Broncos or the
Broncos, Patriots, or Jaguars.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 options.
Oh, yeah. Broncos, Patriots.
Can they beat any of those?
Well, they wouldn't be favored. I wouldn't think they would. That offense isn't good enough.
Mean, they'd be on the road too.
Yeah. And that would be 4 road games. Like they're not making it past the second round at most, I don't think.
Yeah. I would put here, this might sound, I put the Niners here, I think.
Because if they win, they'd play.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, that's the scary thing, though. If they win against the Niners, wouldn't they play like the Bears?
Or who are you talking about? Jared?
Well, they
Nine,
play probably
Niners.
Niners would be the
Seattle.
sixth. I mean, they would play.
Seattle
Yeah, they
or
wouldn't win.
Rams.
Well, when the Packers
Okay.
win, they're gonna. They wouldn't have to play Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, if the Packers win, they'd be playing the winner of the Panthers and Rams, which we assume is the Rams.
Yeah.
So they have a tough
I
second round
think-
matchup if they do win. And see, that's why I feel like they have a tough second round matchup, but their first round matchup is harder than the Texans.
Yeah.
So I feel like
think
Houston
if this
has a
was my
better chance
list-
to.
If this was my list, like the next team would be Texans or Packers.
Ooh, you don't think Packers are beating the Bears?
It's not just that. They're not making it past the second round, like at all. Like they can beat the Bears, sure, but they're not beating the 49ers, if they play them, the Rams.
I feel the same about the Bears, though, Jared. I don't think either of those.
Sure.
Okay.
So they're both going to be around this area, I think.
If the Packers
Well-
win, they play Seattle.
Yeah, and that's in Seattle, not favorable. They'd probably be like 8-point underdogs, not kidding.
No, they wouldn't be.
Yeah, they would.
No, they'd be.
It's
It'd
what?
be like 4.5, 5.5.
It would not. It would not. Not in Seattle. That's like toughest place to play.
Yes, but
I
8.5.
don't think
Jared, look.
8.5. I don't think that much.
That's why I'm saying if it was my list, that's what I would do. But I know you guys aren't going to do that because you're too biased towards your team and you want them to
No,
win. So you're not going to like
realistic.
vote for them
Jared,
to
look at the
lose.
odds. They opened with
It's
the
not
Packers
realistic.
favorites versus 7-2.
Yeah,
They didn't
and then
be
they're going to be
reasonable,
not
and then-
favorite. They're going to be on the road, not favorites for the next 3 games if they make it anywhere past the second round. My point is like they're only.
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
win
not
one
saying we're
game
playing the Packers
most.
at 14, but I'm also saying we're not playing them at 4.
We just put the Niners at 3. We think they can win, but that they're going to play a tough team second. So we're like, yeah, it's kind of shaky.
What about like Texans, Packers? Texans 4, Packers 5.
I put
I don't
Bears
hate that,
before Packers.
But then
But
I
see, I have the issue with the Texans versus Packers because, like, obviously the Texans second round, like, I feel like if they end up playing Patriots or Jaguars, those offenses I don't think are as good as.
don't
What's
know.
it-
Trevor
it's
Lawrence has looked
so-
amazing. He's been like the best quarterback in the league the last 4 weeks.
Yeah. But would we be surprised if he lays a dud? You know what I mean?
I mean, he's been there a few times, right? In the playoffs, he's been there
Didn't he lay a dud?
once, maybe.
I thought he threw like 4 picks. Or no, was that Herbert or was that Lawrence?
I think that was Herbert. Yeah, because they flipped at halftime. It was like a huge choke.
Oh, ooh, I don't like that.
Delete these teams after we put them so that we can see which ones we have left.
Oh, Zach just
Yeah,
told me
it's
he didn't like what I did.
You put Bears at 4? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
You guys want Texans at
Even
4?
if you are
then?
biased, like
No.
I feel like Packers, Texans. I don't hate
I
the
think-
Packers at 4.
yeah, those 3 teams I think have to be there. No.
I don't think the Bears should be that low.
Really? I mean, Zach, you just made the whole young quarterback argument, and then you're just not completely.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm not
I
saying
think
that.
it's you guys
winning
being
the Super
Zach
Bowl-
being realistic that the Packers defense is injured as hell. Like they're not healthy at all.
Jared, look at
And
the Vegas odds. You too. I mean, like I'm not even.
it's not always about Vegas, Drew. The Knicks or the Nuggets yesterday were minus or plus 700 and they won. It's not always about Vegas.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
just,
but
you
you
know,
can't say I'm being unrealistic when Vegas or consensus odds or however you want to look at it are pretty aligned with what the placements I'm making.
it's probably them thinking, yeah, the Packers have beaten the Bears like 14 of the last 16 times they've played.
So
Recently,
am I
yeah,
being
the Packers
biased
have
then?
won.
Am I being
Do
biased?
I think they
if
could win?
mine's
Yeah, of
aligned
course
with-
I do.
But is it being biased though? Probably not then, right? Right? If it's
My
aligned
My
to
point is
general-
like we put
a
the
market.
teams high because we don't think they're going to win 2 games. We're to the point where like, yeah, they could win 1 game, but they're probably not going to win 2. That's where I feel with the Packers. They could win one, but they're not going to beat the Eagles, the Rams. Maybe they beat the Seahawks. Maybe they get lucky, but
Drew, here's my concern with the Bears-Packers game is the Bears' interior run defense has been bad. Like, they still have a bunch of injuries on the interior of their D-line. And, I mean, we obviously know what Chicago wants to do.
Yeah, but okay, well, take that aside. But I mean, I'm not. Maybe this team comes off bias as Drew thinks that the Packers, if the Packers beat the Bears, they're going to make the Super Bowl. No, that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is I don't think either of those teams maybe have Super Bowl ambitions on how they look right now while we're looking at this today. So that's why I'm putting them both here, this 4 and 6. So, you guys want Bears here at 6.
But
I mean,
do you think
fine, but I think the Texans have a better shot than the Bears to make the Super Bowl.
Even if we're saying like the Packers versus Bears, like if that game's even, do we not think that Bears have a better chance to win the next game?
I don't really.
The home game. You know,
It's
it'll
a
be
home game, and well, they're probably playing the Rams versus.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I've doubted the Bears all year, and I still don't think they're that good of a team. But like every time I say that, they always just win. They always just keep winning. And they're a 2 seed. I mean, you can't doubt it.
We put the Bears here at 6. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I'm fine with.
Where would you put the Bears? What would your list look like?
Well, I like my first 3. I honestly would probably have Bears at 4. I mean, it's not even. I think we're also forgetting about the Chargers here too a little bit.
I saw that too. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm also a little reluctant. Is I think the Texans got to be the Texans. We need. I would honestly, and I don't want to speak for too many, but I would really do this, and this might sound bad. Jared might hate this. I would probably go like this.
Honestly, in the AFC, I think the Texans Steelers is the only game in the first week that I feel like I'm confident
will be close.
Yeah, but that's why I hate kind of having that 2-7 spread there. But realistic, I'm okay with Bears and Chargers flipping if that's really if Bears are at 6, is that too egregious? Is that fine? What about Chargers at 5?
I think Packers Bears right next to each other is good. I don't really hate that.
Okay,
I just
think
what
Chargers then.
I mean, some team has to be like pushed. That's just how it's going to end up. You know, like sure, I don't think the Texans are a 7, but who else would we put?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm. Okay. I can live with that.
This is where we're going to disagree because
it's going to come down to Seattle. How do we feel about
that's
Seattle?
That's what you're going to put Seattle there because they can't get points the first round.
I would not. I actually won't, Jared. I would defer.
It makes sense though for the first round buys to go lower.
Oh, because you can't accrue points.
They can't get points week 1.
Well,
because if we put the Seahawks there, we can't get that 8-point slot week 1. You know.
I would go Seattle and then Broncos back to back then, right? At 8 and 9, and then take the other.
It makes sense to put the 1 seeds. Not that we think that they're the worst, but we can't put them at 14. We're already limiting. We're taking points out. You know.
Is that fine, Zach? What do you think about that? Is that dumb?
Because even if they win, we're still getting 8 points each week, but we can't get those points.
The one concern is Jags and Bills is still on the board right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where maybe I would say.
I think one of those should be 8.
So,
okay.
Well, I'd put Jaguars at 8. Is that?
So you think Jags at 8, and then
Bills,
Seahawks at 9? You think the Bills lose?
Yeah.
Really?
You think the Jaguars beat the Bills?
I could definitely see it happening. I think it's going to be a good, it's going to be
crazy, Jared. You should be recording this.
Is this Zach? Like, what the hell?
Well,
the Bills fan himself.
He's the Jags fan too. That's why this is.
I think the Jaguars' defense has been underrated this year. Like if they stop James Cook or like keep him to like 80 yards or something like that.
But it's Josh Allen.
Josh Allen will run for 150 yards then. Okay,
you're kind of just like negating everything you said to me before this.
Yeah.
Like thinking that, like Drew said, thinking that, you know, the Bears are going to win with Caleb Williams, thinking that Josh Allen's going to lose first round. Next, you're going to say the Seahawks are going to win it all. Like,
no, we're not talking Super Bowl here.
I know. Well, we should be down the list. It's the teams we think that are going to win it.
Yeah, but I think the Super Bowl winner is still on the list.
I do too.
Even if the Jaguars were there instead of the Bills.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
So you're saying that the Bills have a chance to win the Super Bowl if they get past week 1?
I don't want to make this list for you guys, but
I'm saying they're always going to have. They always have a chance if they're in there.
So this is.
I'm not saying I think they're the best team in the playoffs this year.
What do you think about what I just did? Is that wrong? Is that Patriots at 10?
I think personally that the two, but the Bears are 5. I mean, the Rams are going to be 14, right? Like, can we just put that in?
I don't know if Zach agrees with that.
No, yeah, you got to put the Rams at 14.
They're like 11-point favorites. Yeah.
They have an easy week 1 win, and they're the Super Bowl favorite already. So
yeah.
Cool. Makes me feel
And then
better.
I'd probably just put Eagles at 13.
Ooh.
Right?
I would like an AFC team there. I'd like to go NFC, AFC. I'm playing to win, Jared, not to take.
But then we're putting the Broncos, the 1 seed, at 13.
No, we're putting the Bills there.
Oh, Zach.
Like I said, I don't think the Bills are coming out of the AFC, but
okay. Then you're putting the Bills at 11.
My list is going to be a little.
So Eagles will be 12. You're saying Eagles will be 12.
With this, probably, yeah.
Well, tell us what you change.
I don't know.
He'd put the Bills at 8.
He doesn't know.
He really
Bills would be an 8.
Because you think there's a chance they lose? Like,
I think there's a pretty good chance the Jaguars are going to lose, so I have them at 8.
Yeah.
It's in Jacksonville, too. It's a home game.
Yeah, but it's in Jacksonville. Neutral game.
What? Jaguars have some fans. They're a newer team.
Play in Europe.
So. Yeah.
I would say
Chargers, and then they're probably going to play. What's going to be either Bills or Bills, Jaguars, or Texans, right? That's the Patriots schedule. Because we have them at 10, so they're winning week 1.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
So we're guaranteed to lose spot 6, 5, and 4, or 5 or 4.
Yeah. Well, 5 or 4 is losing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
basically
8 or 11.
One of those teams is losing week 2. Whoever wins the first week.
Yeah. So then we think that this is like the risky part. Is like you're putting 8 and then 11, or 8 and then 13. I don't think the Jaguars are going to make it past the second round. So I think
either way, you have to do that just with how the math shakes out. I mean,
I think the Bills should be high, like around 11 or 13. Yeah, I don't think Bills should be 8.
Jared's right.
It's like even if the Bills win, or if the Jaguars win their first round, they're probably not going to win the second round.
Okay. Well, I want to pose the question of the NFC. Do you want to have 2 NFC? Do you want to go NFC and AFC 14 and 13 just in case, right? Because it comes down to the Super Bowl too. Or would you want to hedge? I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I would be a proponent of having an AFC team in 13 and then going, however you want to do the 12 and 11.
Well, you were ready to put Denver and Seattle at 8 and 9, and now we're down to 11, and Denver's still there.
Yeah.
It just limits us because we can't get points week 1.
Yeah.
If you got the 11 points week 1, then like
this comes back to me.
Well, then they're probably 13, 14.
Yeah, I started this by saying I hate the 2 seeds this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel confident in 2 seeds, and the 2 seeds are the most valuable thing in this sack. That what you're talking about, because you play wild card weekend, you host a divisional game if you win. So
yeah,
I mean, Yeah, sorry, that's just how it shakes out.
I don't hate the Patriots. I really don't. I think that they can make a run. So I don't know, 10.
So would you put the Broncos at 13 then? No. Would you? I mean, I want to hear Zach's thoughts. I
You
guess
have to.
He still hasn't told me what he disagrees with. I'm not.
Well, he did. He put the Bills at 8.
Well,
Because my other thing is, if the Bills win week 1, they're probably going back to Denver week 2, right? That's probably their week 2 matchup. And I hate that matchup for Buffalo. I don't like that.
I don't hate it.
What's to like about it? It's like I think Denver at 13 is pretty safe, honestly. I mean, they've been
Denver 13.
probably the best team all year besides like early on, besides the
Buffalo
Patriots.
13,
Denver's actually beating people.
And
What'd you say, Zach?
Put the well, then you have your I don't know. Never mind. I was going to say like Bills and Denver 12-13, but then if they end up playing week 2,
It's silly.
which would be most likely.
I would put the Eagles at 12. This is what I would do.
You put Bills at 13.
I would. I'd be fine with this.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And then Broncos. I also like that the only team that you wrote the city for was Seattle, and the rest you put the mascot or the
shorter. Jared's lives there. No, actually, I haven't looked at the betting odds yet. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I've looked at the betting odds for the division stuff. I haven't looked at the exact Super Bowl ones, and Seattle is actually the favorite, right, to win the Super Bowl. But Rams are second.
Seattle is?
Yeah, Seattle is. It's Seattle plus 390, Rams plus 440.
But they're not contenders.
Denver plus 650, Philly plus 800. Anyways, the point is, like, our list isn't exactly like, and that was kind of the argument I was making before was, it's close enough. It's not biased. It's objectively like it's a defendable.
49ers at 3 just doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, they're actually the Packers have better odds to win the NFC than they.
You just got to think like that. Well, we know they're already injured. They played a tough game last week. Brock Purdy got a stinger at the end, so I don't think he's practicing most of this week. And is Trent Williams going to be back? I'd assume.
I don't know.
It's questionable yet.
That team is so good.
That
team is like so good, even if they're hurt. Like their defense, they're not the best anymore, but
so
that team is really good. Like I could see them easily making it almost to the Super Bowl.
So this is a weird playoff
pool that
Jackson.
They're going to lose first round because we have the Eagles.
Philly's a bad matchup for them.
Yeah.
It's not.
I think the summary. So
that's what I'm saying. Like it's a terrible matchup, but like the Eagles just haven't looked nearly as good as they did last year.
Their defense has been playing really well though, and I mean. That's why, like, matchup wise,
is this going to be the week that they just get it clicking with like AJ Brown and start to Saquon starts to be Saquon again?
The last few weeks of the year, it was a little bit better. Their offense
a little bit, yeah.
And since Jalen Carter came back, the defense has been like shutting everyone down. So that's why it's like the matchup wise, they're basically polar opposites. You trust the Eagles defense, not their offense.
But you trust the Niners offense, like. The Niners offense is probably a top 5 offense in the league.
So
it's a great offense.
The nature of how this points thing shakes out. I guess I'm trying to look at like kind of how we'd really formulate maybe our top 5 Super Bowl teams. I just think this is an interesting game how it is because like basically right now we're showing Rams, Broncos, Eagles, Bills, Patriots, but obviously some of that has to do with how the points are in this game. I don't necessarily hate how it's set up right now. I mean, honestly, how it looks again compared to the books. I mean, we're higher on the mean, the Bills and Patriots are basically tied right now in terms of odds. I think we both, would we all agree that the Bills are probably more likely to win a Super Bowl, or is Jared still?
I don't know. The Bills won, or Patriots won week 3, and then just recently, I mean, the Patriots looked like they were destroying that game, and then the Bills just turned it on in the second half, and they won like 35-31 or something. Like, it was very competitive. So that game could be either way, honestly.
Sure. I'm just looking at from the standpoint of kind of who our favorites are. How it's really organized, and from a tier standpoint, there's really there's like a tier of like 4 teams that are pretty solid favorites, and then another 4 that are more outside, and then it's the Packers, Bears, and 49ers, and that's the remaining teams. So it's kind of interesting.
Don't get me wrong, the winner of that Packers Bears game, like if they play at Seattle, like I could see them sneaking out a win. I could.
Chicago isn't going to.
Well, they can't, but
it would be they'd put someone else. But say the Packers win,
they'd host the game.
I could see them beating Seattle, but then they're playing against the Eagles, the Rams. Like, they're not going to win that game, I don't think. But anything can happen. I mean, they're just, I don't know, the injuries they have. They're like the 49ers. They're a really good team, but they're just not like healthy. They're not as strong as they could be.
So, and this might be, this is just how I look at it too. Like, the 2 teams who I think who would walk away from the season saying like, we should have won the Super Bowl this year. Obviously, you could say that about Seattle and like some of those
Rams
other teams. I really think it's the Rams and Bills. I really think those are the 2 teams that I look at this year and like, this is your year to win the Super Bowl. Kind of go with my gut on that. Obviously, I understand that from a win-loss standpoint, that might not make the most like sense when you look at hey, who's got the seeds, who's got the home playoff games. I don't care. I want the teams that I feel confident in making some noise here. So
does McDermott get fired if the Bills are first round exits?
Yes, we said this the last 2 years. I think we said this the last 2 years. I'm pretty sure.
This year, yes.
But that's why I just don't think they're going to lose first round to Jacksonville. Like, I don't think that's a possibility, honestly.
Well,
I think that the Bills will win at least 2 games. The game they lose would be to either the Patriots or the Broncos, I think, personally. And that'll be the championship game, AFC Championship.
Interesting. Did you guys want to talk about some of the coaching carousel, some of the coaching moves going on here?
Sure.
What's
Why does
crazy
Raheem Morris still have a job?
Raheem Morris? He doesn't. He got fired.
Oh, no, not Raheem Morris. Todd Bowles. Sorry, wrong one.
They have not committed to him yet, Zach. They haven't done all the.
I know, yeah.
What's crazy though? Not to get ahead of ourselves, but we were talking at work. We're like, Lamar's got to leave, or John Harbaugh's got to get fired. Something's got to happen soon. We said that, and like 2 hours later, Harbaugh gets fired. So, we kind of expected it.
You knew it wasn't gonna be Lamar. Yeah,
if Luke makes that kick though, I mean, Harbaugh doesn't get fired.
Yep.
If they lose first round, I feel like he still does.
Yeah, Tomlin does.
Maybe first round. Maybe. Yeah, Tomlin no.
But I mean, seriously, like I don't
again. Like always.
Yeah. I don't know. I would okay, well, let's go through the head coaches though. For again, though, is just a little bit of the fallout here. So Jonathan Gannon, Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski, Pete Carroll, Brian Dable. We know about Dable obviously, and Callahan, and then John Harbaugh added to the list. Any surprises there, guys? Anyone who was like, I'm kind of shocked.
I was shocked. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was shocked that Gannon got fired. I didn't realize it was his 3rd year. I mean, Kyler Murray's been
so many injuries.
Yeah. I see that, and I was like, what could he have done differently that would have kept his job? He's been
15 and 36.
They lost. Didn't they lose 8 games to Brissett? Like, I don't think they won a game with him either. So.
No, it was, but
they were so competitive.
He wasn't given. Look at the cards he was dealt, Zach.
Literally,
he was dealt a pretty poor
That's
hand.
literally why we see like the top head coach candidates be selective. That's why Ben Johnson didn't leave Detroit a year earlier. That's why he only went to Chicago when he was like, it's
why Aaron Glenn went to the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb. That's like, even if the Jets fire Aaron Glenn, who the heck are they going to get like that
That's
actually
why
takes
I'm
them
glad they're
back?
not. But
I
that's
think
why
Lou Anarumo is going to get a starting head coach job
which is
this year.
crazy.
Personally, yeah.
Well, sorry,
Just
I don't
insane.
want to him and there's two guys who are in the cycle who, well, actually really three if we want to include Matt Nagy.
You see, what's his name?
gonna get
Former
looks.
quarterback, former Lions quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's his
David
name?
Show.
Blau. Is it Blau?
Blau.
Right?
Sorry, I was thinking Shuck. But
Yeah.
want to be Tyler Shuck. Yeah, it's David Blau.
I think that Harbaugh is going to the Giants. I think that's the best suiting spot for him, personally. I mean, they're already looking at him.
Is the OC.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about this coaching stuff. Sorry, I lost my train of thought now. After that,
You're welcome.
Moment by Jared. But the big thing right now, of course, with the head coaching ones, it was the two guys. This is what I was talking about. It was Anthony Weaver and Lou Anarumo, who are two guys who statistically their teams didn't have great seasons. Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins defensive coordinator, right? We know that defense had some moments, but these are candidates that teams are looking at. That it's very intriguing based on, like, okay, well, performance obviously wasn't there, but it's a lot more, it sounds like, based on character and based on how they feel that those candidates will lead the locker room. For example, Anthony Weaver already requested by Atlanta. And then there was some rumors about a couple other spots. Not official yet, but Anarumo with the Titans as well. And there's a couple other ones that are already reported. Jason Garrett to the Titans. That was interesting.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo got that. That was late. That came out late. We mentioned Matt Nagy.
Why isn't Spagnuolo in that? That cycle every year. Like, he's just
coach. He's head coach. I mean, like, there's
good at what he does and wants to stay as a DC. Like, I feel like he
was a head
be
coach
great.
Before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think
I feel like we had that conversation before. Yeah,
perspective, wanting maybe that new mind. So far, the Raiders' lone interview request was Vance Joseph. So that was interesting. Again, teams can interview teams can interview teams that are on a bye. So that includes the one seeds. So I don't know. I think Pete Carroll being done after a year makes sense, unfortunately, with how it shook out. But again, another guy where it's hard to say. Like, I mean, obviously he was a part of the vision there, so I can't feel too bad. But it also is a little tough when Brendan Carroll is your offensive line coach. You don't know who that is, right? Relation to Pete Carroll. So I think it's also a funny piece there. So
Chris Shula, I'm assuming he's probably gonna end up going somewhere. Most
likely. I mean, I don't know. I think that's our candidate. Jesse Minter's at one, right? That's being talked about. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of names that, I mean, we're gonna see trickle through. It's gonna be intriguing to see how it shakes out. A couple surprises with the coordinators today. I think that was the next surprise for me was, like, the coordinator moves that happened today. Cliff Kingsbury parting ways. So
how many teams has Zach been coaching for?
What?
Or
Kingsbury?
Coordinator or
Arizona, but wasn't he Texas Tech, right?
I feel like he was given like so many chances, and he's never been like
Arizona. Maybe reunion with Arizona, Jared. This is exactly what you want. They bring in a new quarterback.
Their head coach, like, you hated him, and I thought, no, it wasn't his fault. He wasn't terrible. It was Kyler Murray wasn't that good. This and that, and you're like, no, he was awful. He's so bad. He got fired, and then you're like, see, told you. But now it might not be him.
He'll stick around as an OC. I think Kingsbury will go be an OC. Yeah. Maybe in Vegas. Maybe in, I don't know. I that's kind of where I'm at.
Him and Dable probably are both going to get OC jobs.
That's
this offseason.
But Eberflus is gone. I mean, so sad. Another coordinator fire. What do we think about John Morton with the? I mean, we saw the guys who lost play calling duties, whether defensive or offensive. They got let go today. Is essentially was my read on it. If you lost play calling duties in some regard during the season,
That's usually a pretty good sign.
You're
Yeah,
lucky that
yes,
Matt
it all
LaFleur
makes
kept
sense in
his
theory.
coaching duties or his play calling. Because Matt LaFleur was getting questioned for his play calling. So
Sure was. But
Packers fans
not by Zach, though,
should be fired,
apparently.
Yeah.
He should not be fired.
Yeah, we did mention
Zach loves Matt LaFleur to death.
yeah.
Loves him.
Joe Witt Jr. to
I mean-
Commanders DC gone as well.
I do want to say it, like Matt LaFleur. I don't know why people are saying he should be fired because that guy's like the most winningest head coach basically of all time, like percentage wise. Like
The
just
argument
wins.
is
It'd be-
he's
like
the
it'd
same
be
as Harbaugh
silly.
and Tomlin.
To move on.
It's like
yeah.
they win regular season, then
yeah, but who are
Playoffs.
you going to get that's better? Who are
That's
you gonna
that's
get
what I'm
better?
saying, Jared. I mean,
I would hope
Who's
that
Baltimore
the
gonna get?
Colts had him.
But-
I would never be calling for his number, like ever. Like that's a great head coach, personally.
Who's
his
Baltimore
play
gonna
calling is
get?
a little shaky, sure, but he's a good head coach.
Who's Baltimore gonna get, Zach? You know,
because that's the same thing, right? It's like Harbaugh's like he wins games, right? They make the playoffs majority of the years
was
he's been there,
kinda-
but
well, when
I
you're
think
there
that was
18
the
years,
organization
Zach,
saying,
yeah,
they were saying we need a change. That's what they were saying. Year after year, they get close and they come up short. Something's got to change, and they weren't going to move on from Lamar. So
when the floor's been here 15 years, or if he even makes it that far, that like we can have those conversations. I think the other thing with Harbaugh too, right? We mentioned 18 years. He just got an extension earlier this last
Mhm.
calendar year, right? For 3 years. So it's kind of funny how
Same
all
thing
that shakes out. Right?
Carroll
It never means
on Seattle,
doesn't really
right?
What?
well, he could sign
That
it.
happened with Pete Carroll on Seattle too, right? He was there for like 20 years on the Seahawks, right? He was there for a while, and then same as like Sean Payton, with the Saints. Like,
Yeah. It's just so much
you have
time.
tenure. Yeah, just
Just-
because you have tenure doesn't mean you're safe. It's just something's got to change after time.
Yeah, just sometimes in the NFL, there happens to be right, and part of it is like the ebbs and flows of the NFL team, right? They for some of these coaches, like Kevin Stefanski, for example, you could say he may be attributed to maybe some of the downfalls of the last couple of seasons. I certainly don't think as much of that, but where I'm going with this is, does it make sense for him to be a part of another rebuild that he's been a part of? I'm kind of like a coach like that. No, it makes more sense for him to find an opportunity. I think that was with Sean Payton, right? I think some of those other tenured coaches, when they move on, this Harbaugh one's a little different than that, but
Who else
right,
gets
Sean
fired?
Payton moving on was more of it was a trade for Payton one, but I'm just talking about based on like they didn't want to. Like going through the rebuild was not a feasible thing for kind of where Peyton is in his coaching career. Harbaugh, they said firing. I saw a mutual parting of ways. I'm pretty sure it was firing. But
yeah, it was. What do you think else happens? Like, who do you think else is on the hot seat?
Oh.
Is everyone basically out? Like,
McDermott, if we mention, I think that.
I mean, like non-playoff teams. I think, like, because McDermott.
Todd
might be
Bowles.
out. I mean, Bowles. Yeah, he's a big one.
There's always a surprise that trickles in. I wouldn't say.
There's always surprises. Like,
Harbaugh
say,
was a
like,
surprise.
going into this year, I think we ranked. How do you say his last name? Schuttenheimer, whatever. Like, I don't know how to say his last name.
Schottenheimer?
Cowboys.
I think.
Yeah, we ranked him as like the worst head coach going in. Like,
We didn't
I thought
know.
he was decent. I thought he was decent.
I did too.
So like, I think he'll be good. I think like there's a lot of coaches like that where it's like you're not sure and they've kind of exceeded it enough to keep the job for at least another year.
Yeah.
So, the Cowboys were good enough. Like they have a good team. It could have been a playoff team. That's where it's like, how much do you blame him for that? Not much, I guess.
Eberflus was sent to the door, as Zach alluded to the defense there.
So what are the best openings like for Harbaugh or whoever else is like the top candidates?
New York's got to be the best.
New York and Baltimore, those top two.
Baltimore's the best.
Yeah,
You think so? Really?
Yep.
even Lamar.
I have a chance of
No.
Lamar Jackson.
We always get this confused every year. The best does not mean put into a spot where if you don't make the playoffs 1 year, you're fired. I don't think that's the best.
It's the best roster.
I think the best. I don't think it is best roster. Because you're expected to do so well.
The best in New York.
If
Giants,
you're a
is that
coach,
what you're
I
saying?
think I'd rather take the Giants because it's like I said the same thing with the Bears last year. Like Ben Johnson made the playoffs, and it's like, okay, well, he doesn't have that high of expectations because the Bears haven't been that good, and now he's
What are you
exceeded
talking
them,
about?
and he's amazing.
Their expectations were the playoffs. Last
The
offseason,
playoffs, not the 2 seed, not 13 wins or 12
No.
wins. That's my point.
last
Is like
offseason,
he's
I don't think
exceeded
that's a
everything.
great situation. You're like, no, Caleb Williams hasn't proved anything. He's a rookie quarterback. He's not good.
I didn't say that. I said I need to see more out of Caleb Williams. I don't think that team is ready yet. And they proved me wrong. Like that was Ben Johnson's done stuff there that I didn't think was possible. That's what I'm saying. If someone goes to the
Always
Giants and they have that young roster, let's say John Harbaugh goes to the Giants, right? Young roster, not expected to be, a top 4 seed in the NFC, but let's say he does it. Okay, his job is secure for a while. That's a better system for me than getting thrown into the Ravens job where it's like, all right, you have 1 year. If you don't make the playoffs or if you lose first round, you're gone. Like you just build up
the
that.
Ravens. Like there's a very good chance you make the playoffs.
Yeah,
think.
we're talking about Jared, the best team to go to win football games.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of the best business decision for a head coach.
Save your job.
That's what I'm thinking.
To coach a second year.
Well, yeah, just to
But also
stay
you
as
gotta
a
think,
coach.
I mean,
Yeah.
The Giants are up there, Jared. It's not. You're not saying
I
the
think
worst thing.
Too. They're probably.
If the Bills' job were to open, though, can we all agree? Maybe that would be.
Is that ahead of Baltimore or is it behind Baltimore?
See, I think we're just thinking of it differently. You guys are just saying the best rosters to take over for, and I'm thinking of like the best team to grow with.
I mean,
guess.
your best chance at success is the best roster, or the best quarterback, probably.
Or a team that's rebuilt very well, and you're kind of taking over and following the rebuild. I think I'd rather have that than just taking over the best roster, having expectations of Super Bowl. Like if McDermott gets fired, whoever takes that place is expected Super Bowl.
But
there's a need in the NFL to win games. I mean, look at there's already. Well, look at Callahan. Look how long he lasted, Jared. They weren't winning games. You can say, it's a part of the rebuild. You can get gone right away. What about Frank Wright? I mean, we can keep going on guys who didn't make it.
Well, he was
McDaniel with the Broncos.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The other thing is that you go to the Giants, right? And Jackson Dart gets hurt next year. And then, it's like if you probably have to make the playoffs in 2 years yet, or at least be like winning season fighting for the playoffs.
There's a bigger risk to go into a team that's like
you're risking everything on Jackson Dart getting you to the playoffs. You go to Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they can get you to the playoffs. That's not a question.
But what if Lamar gets hurt? They went like 1-5 when he was hurt. That's not a good enough team to carry.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I should have said getting hurt, right? Jackson Dart was healthy for a majority of this season. They still won 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to the Giants, sure, you might have a long.
But it wasn't just Jackson Dart. It was Scadaboo. It was Neighbors. It was everyone got hurt.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you can go to the Giants and probably lose more games year one, sure. But you still have to be part of a turnaround. You still have to get it to this playoff competitor's point. You go to the other teams, you're already there. You don't have to do any work besides keep the ship going. That's all you got to do.
But we even talked about that because what you're saying is all right, so whoever takes that Ravens job, their aspirations are Super Bowl or bust. They're there. They want to win the Super Bowl.
Probably not the new head coach.
So you're immediately on the hot seat if you don't make.
Well,
then you're cemented, basically. I mean, yeah. But if you lose first round or don't make the playoffs, you're probably gone.
Fired, no. First year head coach.
You're on the hot seat. You're on the hot seat for sure.
No. If you go 6-11, then yeah. If you miss the playoffs by multiple games, yeah. I still think if you take over the Ravens and you go 9-8, miss the playoffs, you don't get fired after 1 year.
But there's conversations about it. What went wrong? What has to change? Was this the right move? Those conversations happen.
Yeah. I mean, the only way even if you go to the Giants and win 6 games, those conversations are happening. Right?
But it's more like a year away, run it back. There's more of those conversations, I feel.
Yeah, and it's going to depend on if you show flashes or whatever. You look at Aaron Glenn, right? He went to the Jets. Obviously, they had a horrible year. They had no expectations. But even then, it's that team got worse in every single possible way.
Yeah.
That team went from bad to even worse. So it's there's no expectations, and it's still – should he get fired?
But that's the thing is like if you go to, I mean, obviously the Bills aren't going to win 3 games, obviously.
Yeah.
But if that would happen, like you're fired instantly. Like, okay, you did
Obviously.
something wrong to this team. You know, that's
Sure,
where
if you go to the Bills and you win 4 games, like you definitely did do something wrong. Like, I don't know, you just didn't show up to work, or I don't know what you did.
Yeah.
But that's like you did some
poisoned your
magical
quarterback
powers
or
to do that.
something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we're looking forward to. Hopefully, we can see some intriguing coaching candidates. Hopefully, some of these guys, or hopefully, like with McDermott, rooting for him. Hopefully, they can get it done. I'm a Bills fan this postseason, guys. So, hopefully.
Before we end, what was like your I don't think we ever like made predictions of who we think's gonna win. Like, what's your upset? I mean, Zach, you said possibly Texans Steelers, possibly Jaguars Bills. Like, what's
Jaguars and Texans are upsets? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think the Steelers are going to win if that's what you mean.
I think the Jaguars would be a big upset. Yeah, for most fans' point of view.
Either that or Chargers. I think the AFC games.
Ooh.
I could see the
Chargers could beat the Patriots.
If they can protect Herbert, I can see it.
So you think the only games that are like locks are like Rams, Panthers?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the ones.
Do you think the Texans are locked over Steelers?
Less so than the Rams over the Panthers, but that's probably my. If I'm picking two teams to win, it's probably the Rams and Houston. There's like the AFC games. It's for me, if the Jaguars can stop James Cook, I feel like they have a good chance to win. And if the Chargers
for the whole game, not
Herbert,
just a half though, it's got to be the whole game.
I'm just like if they keep them contained, right? If they keep them under like 100 yards, and then for the Chargers, if they can protect Herbert, if he's running for his life, I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah.
But if they can protect him, I think they have a good chance too.
So I'll give you 2 teams for NFC and AFC, the ones I like. NFC, I like the Eagles and Rams. Either make the Super Bowl. Like those are my 2 favorites. On the AFC side, it is Bills and Broncos.
Okay. I mean, I think that's what most people would say. I think a lot of people would say Patriots though, too, instead of Broncos.
Yeah.
I didn't say
that's the 1 seed. That's the. Why is nobody saying the Jaguars though? I mean, like I know they play the Bills first round, but I feel like that could be like you said, Zach. No, I'm saying like if they beat the Bills, like they have a chance to.
My question was going to be, it's going to be to Drew. We had like the 6 teams, right? Out of the 10 teams that we listed in week 3, 6 of them are left. Apart from those 6 teams, what team worries you the most?
Oh, wait. So I have. So for those who don't know, right, Zach and I have a list of our 6 teams who must win.
Yeah,
no Ravens,
Broncos,
no
the
Chiefs.
Bills. What is it? Is the Broncos the Bills?
I'm confident we have the Super Bowl picks on them. So
that's what
Broncos, yeah.
Broncos, Bills was Chargers, and then it was Eagles, Rams, Packers,
Lions.
They're out.
Obviously, they're not in it, but
are those the 6 that we had left? I think.
Did you say Bills?
I don't think Chargers were in it.
Bills, Broncos, Eagles, Rams, Packers,
Niners. This is before all the injuries.
I don't think they were in it though.
Oh, I feel like they would.
I thought it was the Chargers.
It was Texans or Jaguars, wasn't it? One of the South teams.
Well,
no?
and anyways, I get Zach's question, and we do have 6 in it. Out of the ones I'm concerned about, it's a team in the AFC. I don't know who. It's probably the Texans if we didn't have Texans on there. Or Jags.
I don't think you had Texans. I don't think you had Chargers. I don't think you did.
It's one of those AFC teams. I feel very confident.
I think you had Buccaneers, didn't you?
You could tell me Seattle, maybe.
Oh, was that a conditional 6th team?
Yeah, because you had Buccaneers, Lions, Chiefs, and Ravens were the other 4.
Well, I'll give you, Zach. I'll give you one of the. So obviously, I have to say Seattle on the NFC side, right?
Well, you didn't have them as a top.
Well, but I'm saying of the teams here beyond mine, that would be like ones where I could see honorable mention status now.
What about Patriots?
Not
so
Patriots.
Hold on, just for a quick point. the 1 and the 2 seed in the AFC, or no, the 1 seed in the NFC, and the 2 seed in the AFC you didn't have on your list.
Correct.
Right.
No. Well, we have the 1, 2,
But then all the
1
rest
or 2
you-
seed.
And I'm still not confident in those teams per se.
Yeah, you didn't have the 1 or 2 seed in the NFC. You didn't have the 2, the 3, or the 4 in the AFC.
Seeding doesn't matter.
Or the
Jared.
5.
Or
Yeah,
the
it's
5,
like-
yeah.
Here, we had 2 AFC teams.
So I think you have 5 teams total out of the 14. So there's 9 teams that you didn't have on your list.
Yeah, but Jared,
My
we were
biggest
double dipping
concerns are-
divisions.
But
We-
obviously,
we-
obviously
we
the
knew that.
Panthers aren't going to win it. Like,
We knew we weren't going to get 14. That was not the goal. Was to get us the playoff pool. We weren't going to pick. The
My biggest concerns are Jacksonville
Mhm.
and Seattle. Those are the 2 biggest worries.
okay. So we got
Seattle
South
not-
team in Seattle. Cool.
Seattle not having to play that 4th game, I think, makes it, especially for making the Super Bowl, obviously makes
Oh
it
yeah, 100%.
You were talking about pressure games for Darnold. I don't know. He just had one last week.
I
and
still
he
don't
looked,
think they're going
he
to
looked okay.
Well, I mean, still, it's like if that offense
fact
plays
is
like that in
that-
the playoffs, they're not winning.
The fact is that if it comes down to the Seahawks and the Patriots, I mean, one of those teams has to win it.
Yeah.
I'm saying your bet might be.
I'm
I
taking
just want you guys
Patriots
to be
over
wrong.
Seattle.
I just want you guys to be wrong, so I can just
We
say
won't
how
be.
stupid you are.
We won't be, Jared. It's okay. It's okay. Well,
Okay.
all
I'm
right.
just saying, like, the defense impressed me last week for Seattle, but that offense basically cemented my
You were
thoughts.
watching that game and you said, "Can we all agree that Seattle's not a good team?"
I knew
Their
Jared.
offense is not. That's what
I knew
meant.
Jared was
Come
going to
on.
take that bait. I knew
The
Jared was
one
going to
seed, and
Their defense is phenomenal, but that offense, like,
funny.
we saw what Chicago
Holding the
did to San
Niners to
Francisco's
3
defense the
points?
week before.
That's crazy.
And then Seattle goes in there and puts up 13 points. They get in the red zone 5 times to get 1 touchdown. Are you kidding me?
They had 16. It was
Get it
16 to
together.
3. It was 16 to 3.
All right, they
Scored
kicked the field
16.
goal at the end, whatever.
Well, so did the Packers, but apparently, did you see that? Because the spread was like,
Yeah.
what was it, like 13 and a
13 and a
half?
half.
And they kicked the field goal to win by 13 or something? Or
It was
14,
not
yeah.
get shut out. That's what it was. That's what it was for.
Yeah, definitely.
There's an alt spread. It was 10 and a half. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good luck to the Colts this week. Good luck to the Packers this week. What?
I didn't mention the Colts one time this podcast.
And I did for
just
you,
now
Jared.
mentioned them. I
I'm
was
wishing
trying
them
my
safe
best.
travels to
There's nothing talk
Cancun.
about. They're already there, dude. Also, Alec Pierce's ejection was the softest thing I've ever seen. in
Oh
my
my
life.
goodness. Yes, it was.
We don't have. to
And
talk-
I even
that was so
commented right
stupid.
away to you. I was like, this is how his time with the Colts is going to end.
Yeah.
Well, he did say if we sign Daniel Jones that he will probably re-sign. So we're probably going to re-sign.
Yeah, they
Daniel
got to pay
Jones.
him that, though?
Yeah.
We're going to pay Daniel
gonna get what
Jones. We're
Jacoby
going to have
Myers
Riley
got.
Leonard and Richardson might be done. That's probably what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, but are they going to be able to afford Alec Pierce? I saw he's, like, people projecting
He had
20,000
1,000
yards
yards.
a year.
He had 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah.
On
he's gonna get what
46
Jacoby
catches.
got,
That's
is my thought.
22 yards per catch, just so you know.
Yeah, he's a deep threat guy.
It's crazy. I know, but it's just
She'd be
crazy.
so good with the Chiefs. I gave up on Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, he's.
I mean,
he's
yeah,
really
Pierce could go
sucks.
anywhere and succeed, but I really want him back. I'd rather us trade Pittman. or get rid
Pierce
of
to the
Pittman and keep
Giants?
Pierce.
Gosh, that'd be nice too.
How do the Colts have, what's their cap space looking like?
They haven't. They spent a lot last offseason, so I'm not really sure.
Well, do you see Ward's contemplating retirement?
Ward might retire. Well, his dad wants him to.
That'd
Yeah.
be crazy. I know with all the concussions and whatnot. I'm sure that's a.
And we just
People-
signed Sauce. We ate some of that salary as well. So
Yeah.
I think I don't
Oh, they
think we
got
have much
52
cap.
million.
Yeah.
But we have to re-sign Pierce. Like
Yeah.
we'd re-sign Daniel Jones.
Quarterback.
There's not much there.
Ooh, Pittman's taking up 29.
That's why I'm saying we might trade Pittman or get rid of his contract and then
18.
re-sign Jones and Pierce.
I don't hate that.
But if Ward retires, then
That's
we have some room there. Yeah, but
That'll be
I don't know.
interesting. But
I don't want to talk about Colts. So.
we'll talk off season when we get there. We're also in the off season all announcements. We are gonna go through. We have an episode. We were gonna go through and revisit our rankings from last year, the start of last year. I think that'll be funny.
All of our rankings together or like separate rankings?
We're gonna do. We did position previews last year. If you
we did the
recall.
average, right?
Quarterback,
Yeah.
running back,
Yep.
receiver.
For
I have
fantasy.
some of those lists saved. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we shall see. That should be fun.
I think Zach put like Chuba Hubbard at like number 8 or something.
He had DJ Moore top
Running
12.
Yeah, he did.
I had him C. I said he was going to get hurt. I had him outside the top 12.
You had him at like 13 or something. Yeah, I had him at like 3 or 2.
And Jared was
like, I wasn't stupid.
That was Jared's best call.
Yeah.
But no, that'll be funny. So, all right.
I also had 80 Mitchell having 1,000 yards. So
You sure did. Hey,
And
if he played like that on the Jets all
he's good on
season,
the Jets. He's good. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Richardson
so Garrett
played
Wilson led in
11
receiving.
games.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll wrap it.
I guess.
Zach Rausch, Jared Valleskey, myself, Drew Skyberg here on this Tuesday night. Thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Drew's Sports Crew, The Journey to Million, the perfect podcast for you.